Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. When you design a building, the goal is often to ensure you're meeting the building code. After all, the building code was developed with health and safety as primary objectives. In the world of senior housing, the building code is not nearly enough. On today's show, we're talking about how every second of every day in the United States, an older adult has a fall. So for each step we take, someone age 65 or older is falling down. And as the aging population grows, so will the number of falls. Currently, falls cost our healthcare system $50 billion a year. And by 2030, there'll be 72 million older adults experiencing a combined 52 million falls every year, at a cost of an estimated $101 billion a year. For those who are living with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, fall impact is multiplied. They fall twice as often as those without a cognitive impairment, and about 4 times per year, according to published data. As we age, our risk for falls increases and our ability to recover decreases. So a fall at 52 years of age is not the same as a fall at 72 or 92. For someone over 65, a fall can mark the beginning of a serious health decline. And that's why reducing risk is so critical, and the prevalence of falls is so concerning. In fact, nearly half of American adults over age 60 experienced a fall in the last 5 years. While adults are taking steps to help prevent falls, 54% are doing strength exercises and 47% are working on improving balance. They might also be making choices that are working against themselves. In fact, a study showed the relationship between fear of falling and a decline in function. 19% of adults over 71 said that they're avoiding activities out of fear. What's actually making the problem worse, because strength is a key component of maintaining your balance. Things that we rarely think about are often a real hazard for seniors. Even an area rug that adds some color to a room could be a major trip hazard. Even tiny thresholds entering a building, entering a room or a shower can be a hazard. My aunt in her 90s tripped on a Persian rug in her apartment, resulting in bruising and a concussion. Another family member in her late 90s fell getting into the transportation at her seniors' residence, causing a gash in both shins. At 97 years of age, the healing process is much slower. One leg healed in 3 months, and the other one still was not healed after 4 months. A recent study published in Senior Housing News quantified the cost of falls to the organizations. On average, the total cost per individual fall is $4,743 for assisted living and $6,306 for skilled nursing facilities. The executives who responded to the study frequently included the following factors in their cost estimation. Number 1, increased level of care. Number 2, additional administrative cost. And number 3, increased cost for the care staff. A study published by the Center for Disease Control in 2018 found that the risk of falls was 50% lower in boutique assisted living facilities as compared with the large-scale big box facilities that are run by the major national operators. Those boutique facilities have a higher caregiver-to-resident ratio. The costs to the operator go beyond the direct care required to help a resident recover from the fall. 1 in 7 senior living move-outs are related to a fall, and with senior housing currently experiencing vacancy on a nationwide basis, each move-out is a direct and permanent loss of revenue. For many families, falls are the reason they initially look to move a family member into senior housing, and 2 out of 3 prospective residents and families inquire about fall mitigation strategies as part of their interview process. Communities with fall management programs in place to reduce risk and drive innovation have a competitive advantage, and this is one of those things that you can partially address with staffing, but staff can't be close at hand every second of the day to catch a resident before they hit the floor. Most of fall prevention and fall mitigation has to be addressed through design and choice of flooring materials. Older people sometimes tend to shuffle their feet. The flooring surface needs to have similar levels of friction as you switch from one area of the building to another. You got to make sure that thresholds, if they exist at all, are only a few millimeters in height, that they're uniform and they're easy to navigate with a walker. Adding a cushioned membrane underneath the floor reduces the impact of a fall when it does occur. Sometimes a fall can happen in slow motion. Imagine a scenario where an elderly person gets up from a chair and struggles to grab hold of the walker. Having the nurses stationed with a clear line of sight of the common areas means an intervention can happen before an unsafe angle becomes a fall. When we speak about specialized facilities like senior housing, there are considerations that can only be addressed through proper design. They're difficult to retrofit. Making every single part of a campus 100% accessible is incredibly difficult to accomplish in real practice. You want the land to have a natural slope. You want to at least have a gentle grade to channel water away from the buildings. The needs of stormwater management can be directly at odds with the requirement to eliminate any thresholds that might present a fall hazard. I believe that every product designed has to be designed with a specific customer in mind. And there's no question we have an aging population. So if you want a product that's going to be differentiated in the marketplace, whether it's a single-family home for an individual who's going to own or occupy, or if you're designing a product that's going to be housing the elderly, you definitely want to take these considerations into account. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.